How's it going, everybody?
Hello.
It's Wednesday night again. It's the LP live show.
Welcome back.
What's
Good
going
to
on?
see you.
Yeah, I'm Hayden.
I'm Lyric, if
And-
you have not.
I'm so sorry.
You're okay. That's it.
Okay. So it's Hayden and Lyric. It's your live hosts. But welcome back. We're back in the LP one more time for the this is the first Wednesday of August. I almost said last Wednesday of July, and that wouldn't have made sense because it's not.
Last week you kept saying
Right.
July.
Look, it's been a long this year has lasted for about 52 months, I believe. So I don't even know really what time is anymore, or if it makes sense. It's just the clock is running, and I'm uncomfortable with that.
I actually thought today, I was like, it's so crazy that we're already in the 8th month of this year, but
Right.
at the same time, it feels like we are in the 8th month of this
Right.
year.
It's absolutely insane. I cannot stand how crazy this year is. Like I know that's like kind of a played thing by now. It's like, oh, 2020's wild. But it really is, and I don't like it. And
Really
I
do be crazy though.
Somebody referenced something that happened like earlier in January, and I was like, was that this year? Oh my god. Like how Australia was like on fire, and I was like, boy, that felt like it was definitely last year. But no, the world's still kind of sucky. So
We were doing stuff at the beginning of this year.
I know,
We were,
right?
like eating out in restaurants and
Yeah,
having people over
talking to people.
face to face.
I mean, like I wasn't on TikTok at at the beginning of this year, but now it's consumed my life. I don't know if y'all do this. I run into this problem where like TikTok is literally like a black hole for my time.
Yes.
And there's times where I'm like, I lay down and I have no self-control. I'm like, I lay down and I'm like, I'll just scroll through a little bit of TikTok, maybe like 1 or 2 minutes, and then I'm off to bed.
A little bit of TikTok.
Just a little bit of TikTok. And and so like I'm like, oh, that was funny, and I keep scrolling, and then I'm like, oh god, my eyes are like burning, and it's like 12:30 or 1, and I'm like, I've got to go to bed.
I kind of like never get on TikTok, so whenever I do, I'm like, what the heck? People are so funny.
Yeah.
But like I never just get on.
Yeah, I'm just like dead tired in the middle of the night, and I'm like, one more TikTok.
I do remember there's a YouTube, we said it in one of these YouTube videos. I did say that like my New Year's resolution this year was to read, and I remember feelings being like, and how many books have you read? Because I wanted to read 1 book a month, and I hadn't read any for like the first 3 months of the year. But I actually started reading now, so
that's awesome. Yeah, I picked up a couple books the other night, and like started around. I was like, I'm gonna read these books, and then I read maybe like 20 pages, and I'm like, I haven't cracked the spine on that sucker since like last Wednesday. but no. Speaking of TikTok, I found myself like, I don't know if you find yourself in weird zones of TikTok. It like there's a wide world of dark TikToks out there. I was just like scrolling through, and for whatever reason, a very niche, like kind of Asian mouse hunter TikTok came up, and I was like, why is this like, this is on my For You page, like this doesn't even apply to me. It was just like this guy was formulating and like making this contraption to kill mice, and I was like, there's like blades and like rubber bands and oh yeah, sorry, it's an actual mouse hunter TikTok. But it was like,
how weird,
this weird like dramatic Asian like music that I was like, this is very strange. I don't know why this is for me, but
weird.
but I was like, it's kind of interesting. But
yeah. All right, well, we've got some giveaways for you tonight.
we do. We sitting before you and before us, we see another famous pound of Sour Patch Kids.
The ever so popular Sour Patchies.
And it's still got that nasty cookie recipe on the back.
Cookie recipe on the back. I don't remember who. I know Jaren won one.
Yeah.
Y'all, if you have never seen, the next time you're at the store, grab a bag of this, a big old pound of these candy, Sour Patch Kids, turn it over to the back and look at the cookies. I'm telling you, you'll never want to eat the candy again.
I'll save you
But it's yummy.
the effort, because last time we did a giveaway, I like went to Kroger right after, and I was like browsing the cookie aisle, and Chips Ahoy makes a Sour Patch Kid cookie.
Oh gosh, I remember
and I
telling that.
I was like, y'all, Felix Lyric, this is out of control.
Yeah, I
You-
remember actually you messaging us.
Sour Patch Kid needs to cool it on the cookie
That's
stuff.
just not okay.
It's not okay.
But the actual candy, you want
Yeah,
that.
do whatever
We've
you
also
want.
got some Doritos, and then over here,
Ooh.
okay, I couldn't see which one I was grabbing.
That's like
We've got some good old chicken. My husband hates when people say this, but
Chicken.
the Lord's chicken, as you all know it.
Yes, it's
His
very-
beliefs are. Oh, I was showing it to the camera that doesn't exist. But he believes that there's no way to tell what chicken the Lord likes, because he could like Popeyes. We don't know.
That's
but
true.
As you all know it, the Lord's chicken gift card $10. So sorry, $10.
Hey, it's worth its weight in gold.
Oh yeah, for sure. I got Chick-fil-A yesterday, and I was like,
Jesus, I love Chick-fil-A so much.
exquisite.
It is always exquisite. I like. It's never a bad time at Chick-fil-A, and I believe that 100%. Even if the line's wrapped around the building like 1,000
It's
times,
still so fast.
you're
though.
gonna be like through there in at least 3 minutes. No, that's a lot. It may be 15, but you're gonna be happy at the end of it,
Yeah.
because you got Chick-fil-A sauce.
And they're just like constantly like cheering you on as you go through,
That's my
because you pass
pleasure.
by like 3 people before you get your food. So it's like
yeah.
people are being happy
Mm-hmm.
the entire time.
It's always worth
It's a
it.
good time. They were giving out free cookie samples. I was in the best.
Oh my
place.
God, free cookie samples.
Yeah.
Only
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A. Only Chick-fil-A.
Okay, and then we've also got over here on this side a $15 Starbucks gift card.
Still delicious, just
Yeah.
not as valued as. Even though it is more money, I don't think it's as valued as the Chick-fil-A gift card.
Yeah, I go through phases where I like coffee and where I don't like coffee. And
Right.
now I'm just like, give me all of the iced coffee in the world that
Yes.
exists. So
And we also have a Doritos
yeah.
spicy nacho. Just a really solid chip. Unstoppable, unbeatable. Doritos. Just a really, just all around good chip.
yeah. Okay, so I'm seeing that you guys can't see us. Can you still hear us
Oh
though?
no!
Okay, I guess so, because Mallory just said, OMG, same iced coffee for the win. Y'all, at the Village, I get a iced coffee cold brew with cream
Mhm.
with a shot of vanilla.
Oof.
It'll change your life. I promise.
I haven't been to the Village yet, but it does. It's on my list, but like
It's popping.
it's constantly. I keep losing the list, I guess, because I just like don't ever remember to go to the Village unless I'm like on my way to church, and I'm like, why would they be open? Like, first of all, why would I stop? And then second of all, why would they be open on like
Why would
Sunday
I stop?
morning? Well, I would stop for coffee, presumably. But yes, yeah. No.
right.
So, I recently came across an article that is kind of troubling. It just really proves that the world is in dark times. Chick-fil-A is not Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is doing great, perfect. KFC, the anti-Chick-fil-A, is working on 3D printed
Sorry.
3D printed chicken nuggets. Can you believe that? What is it? What is that even? How does that even work? What does
not
that
okay.
mean? What does it mean? A 3D printed chicken nugget? Like
Bad.
it's plant based. They talk about it like it's
Plant?
It's a look. Moscow, Moscow, Russia. The KFC headquarters in Moscow, Russia, is working on lab grown nuggets.
God.
Can you imagine? Like this is the Antichrist for chicken. I believe that KFC will rise up and absolutely destroy KFC.
No.
Or not KFC. Sorry, Chick-fil-A. I'm just so flustered about this chicken. It's so bad. It can't be good.
There's no way.
Y'all check out
Yeah.
KFC's
I'm gonna abandon that
dark
just
doings.
gross idea. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and
Yeah,
jump into
let's
this.
move away from
We're gonna
that.
wing how we're giving these away. So we're gonna start off by Hayden is gonna come up with a sentence or a tiny phrase for you guys to type. The first person to type this phrase is going to win this bag of Sour Patch Kids. Whenever you're ready.
Pippity poppity, give me the zoppity.
Spelled correctly.
Yeah, please. Yeah, as it sounds.
As close as you can get to that.
Pippity poppity, give me the zoppity.
You will win 1 pound of, is it a pound?
It's a pound.
12.8 ounces of pure taste bud delight.
Right. Possibilities. as Sour
In
Patch
this world
Kids
of
headquarters likes
possibilities.
to think.
Okay, while you guys work on that, I bought Felix some Sour Patch Kids
Mm-hmm.
for road tripping. You know, you got to have
Right.
your road snacks.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the tropical kind.
Tropical.
Yep.
Wait.
And
Sour Patch Kids?
yeah.
I didn't know they have tropical
Yeah, it's
Sour
got
Patch
pineapple
Kids.
and all that jazz. And he told me that he didn't like them. So, of
That is
course,
so rude.
I ate them because
Mhm.
I'm not going to let them go to waste. And today he says, I can't believe you ate my Sour Patch Kids. The
But
ones that you told me you didn't
you
like.
see the nerve of some people.
Okay.
You try and do something good for somebody, and it just
I mean,
it doesn't work.
yeah. Okay, we're going to repeat the phrase as close as you can get to this, and you will win these Sour Patch Kids. I'm going to set them down because I keep shaking them.
Pippity poppity, gimme the zoppity. You got
All
it?
right.
Oh,
Oh,
dang,
Quangle Duck.
Quangle Duck.
All right, Quanald.
Peppy poppity, gimme the zoppity. Good enough, man. You
Okay.
nailed it.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and you get these Sour Patch Kids. I keep forgetting the name of them, and I'm staring at
Yeah.
the bag in the camera right there,
Right.
and I still can't think of the
Just-
name. But yeah, you win this bag of candy. Congratulations.
Brain don't work sometime.
That's so exciting for you.
Lyric, I guess our next giveaway would be Doritos Spicy Nacho. It's a classic corn chip. Maybe not classic, but Doritos is an all around good time. So why don't you give them a catchphrase that they
Okay.
can tip tap out on their little keyboards.
All right, I am not as creative. So you guys, the first person to comment, give me those Ritos, wins the bag of Doritos.
Give me those Ritos.
Give me those Ritos.
Give me those Ritos.
All right, first person to comment that wins.
Quantle Duck, you actually won. I see you asked who won it. Who won? It went out.
You.
Sorry, there wasn't a lot of punctuation in there, so it gave me a little trouble. But that's homeschooling for you. But yeah, you won, man. Give me those Ritos. Who's out there wanting some Ritos? And really needing
The chips, not the people.
right.
Shout
Wait,
out to the
what?
Ritos.
Who are the oh, okay, gotcha. Give me those Ritos. Hey, there we go. Your
Ritos.
mama.
All right, I think that is Trey.
Oh, is it
Was-
Trey?
Yeah, I
Okay.
believe so.
Awesome.
He has a phone. I actually don't know why it's logged in right there. But Trey wins the bag of Doritos. We're gonna move on to
maybe
the gift card.
Maybe she just has a better algorithm, and he's just trying to exploit that. I would assume
yeah.
that that's the only reason why he's on his mom's account for YouTube.
I was gonna say something, but
But
I'm not gonna say it.
you don't think her algorithm is like?
No, I was
picture
gonna say
perfect?
something like a sister picking on a brother, but I'm not
Mm.
gonna do that to the boy.
Yeah, he'd probably
on his
screw
footage?
his own algorithm up, anyways, huh?
All right, you want to do yours?
Sure. Starbucks gift card for
$15. You know how much
buckaroos.
coffee you can buy with that?
Not a whole lot.
Not very much.
Depends on what you get.
Maybe 3 cups.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
But hey.
And you can get
It's
look.
3 free cups of coffee. So-
Yeah, at least.
all right, so let's see. Let's do a number. Actually, the first person who says "gimme,"
Gimme.
spelled Gimme, gimme, in the
Gimme?
comments gets $15 worth of Starbucks.
Starbucks is still a little on my bad side
Really?
since
Have you
they
had the chocolate crystal?
chocolate croissants are Mallory. There you
Woohoo!
go. No, they did away with my favorite breakfast sandwich. They had a chorizo egg and cheese breakfast sandwich, and it was incredible. And then they were like, "We're Starbucks. We're gonna take it off the menu."
Yeah, I only ever get.
That's just
the-
like you, Starbucks.
If I'm getting the food there, I'm getting the chocolate croissant, and it's popping.
it's always popping.
All right. Speaking of popping, we got some Chick-fil-A to give away. $10 Chick-fil-A gift card. What should they comment to in this? Something cool. We should make it announcement related. Who's going to J. High reason. Who's going to J High Weekend? All right. J High. I'm trying here, folks. Okay, who's going to J High Weekend? First person to comment me.
Yeah.
That isn't a lie. You know, you got to actually be going. Quantum Duck, you
Quantum
already.
Duck. That's not how you spell me. It's
Meh.
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 Me.
You both already won.
Yeah.
Give somebody
yeah.
else a chance. All right. If you are going to J High Weekend, this Friday and Saturday.
Friday and Saturday.
Do we have a graphic for that? I thought this was a good
Can we
intro. You know what I'm saying?
get a graphic in?
There we go. J High Weekend this
J High
weekend. If you are going to that and you comment me, Abby, we will see you there
Congratulations,
and we will drop you off this gift card.
Abby Emard.
Enjoy your $10 of free to you Chick-fil-A.
Goodness, always a pleasure.
Yeah. So excited.
Always. Oh gosh.
There's going to be
Chick-fil-A.
jumps and food. I heard there's burgers that were just purchased. It's going to be a grand old time.
Them's-
Music.
I hope to be there. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and get in there, and I may not be there the whole time, but I'm gonna really try and be there, or I'll try and make my presence there just really impactful, so
Yeah.
it seems like I was there the whole time.
Yeah. Just do something really memorable.
Right.
And people will be like, Berbers.
I'm
I'm sorry. That was a comment. That's not what people are going to be saying.
That's what Quantum Duck is already saying. So I think people are gonna pick up on it. Let's hope.
All right, guys. We have got an amazing message for you from
Felix.
I couldn't decide
Her
what I wanted to
husband.
call him. Felix. I know his name. So we're going to go ahead and send that over to him.
Check it.
Yeah, cool. Hey, what's up, y'all? Like they just announced, we do have Junior High Weekend happening this weekend, this Friday, this Saturday. Make sure you are present. To those of you who have won in the chat, that's what's up. Make sure y'all know that y'all always need to share with your pastor, right? You always need to share with your pastor, because even though I don't agree that Chick-fil-A is the Lord's chicken, I still do enjoy some Chick-fil-A chicken. I think Popeyes is definitely, if God had to choose, I think it'd be Popeyes, man. There's just too much flavor, too much going on for that not to be the Lord's chicken. But anyway, we're going to do something a little different tonight. I'm actually going to preach instead of us doing our series that we were in the past month. We're actually going to do a message tonight. And then after this message, we're actually going to spend some time discussing. So if you guys in the message hear something or have a question about something, you can type it in the chat and we can actually discuss it with you guys, go a little bit more in depth if you want. So I actually want to talk about something that we all have dealt with. We all have had this moment happen in our life. And the message title is What to Do When You Don't Know What to Do. A lot of us have been in this moment. And I could tell you for a fact I've been in this moment several times in my life. I can recall one time when I was in 5th grade, I had a friend who was going through a hard time. You know, at that time when you start dating somebody, you know, it's hard when they break up with you, you know. So we started, you know, talking about his heartache and whatever. And all of a sudden the man started crying. And I'm like, the worst thing you could do around me, probably even still now, is cry around me, just because it's awkward for me. I don't know what to do. So I'm probably just going to stare at you and try not to make eye contact, but I'm just kind of be looking in your area so that you like, is he thinking about? But it's super weird. Like, I do not do well when people start crying around me. But yeah, so I don't try to console or anything. So, but we all have been in that moment where we have a moment where we're like, I have no idea what to do. And that may have happened for you when the Wi-Fi goes out. You may be like, man, I don't know. I mean, I reset the router and everything, but it's still not working. And you just I don't know what to do. Or maybe you have a friend who shared something that's super heavy and you have no clue what to do with this information or what to do. Maybe it's about this upcoming football season. You're like, I don't know what to do. I know me personally, I'm like, I don't know what to do. about this upcoming football season. I'm about to have to go get out in the yard and play football with the dogs or something, like, for me to get my football fix. Maybe this may be you. Maybe you are getting ready to go to college and you have 2 very good roads ahead of you and you don't know what to do with these choices. You don't know what decision to make. Or maybe it's just the struggles of this world right now, the world that we're in right now, the state of the world right now that we're in. And that may be what you're struggling with. But to answer the whole thought of what do you do when you don't know what to do? My answer to that would be try Jesus. Of course, try Jesus. What I want to do is I want to look at Luke chapter 8, verses 40 through 56. I'm not going to read all of that because that's 16 verses, and I don't want to sit here and be reading 16 verses, so I'm going to summarize and kind of break down what's going on in this passage. So we're going to take a look at 2 people who have come to the end of their rope of their own knowledge. And now, how many of you know that's us? How many of you guys have tried? Maybe there's a situation where you try everything you can to try to fix a situation, and there's nothing you can do about this. And that's what's happening to these 2 people in this story. So the first person we have in this passage is a man named Jairus. Jairus, he's a local leader in the synagogue. He's a local leader in the church. And his daughter right now in this passage, he has just run to the feet of Jesus, and he's like, Jesus, my daughter is dying right now. So that's his state that he's in. So Jairus he's a church leader. So he's pretty up there as far as like the social status, I guess we could say. And the second person that comes up to him is this woman with the issue of blood. You may have heard of her. They don't necessarily say her name in this passage, but we'll just call her the woman. And because of the issue she has, her issue with continual bleeding, she is viewed as dirty. She is viewed as lowly. She is viewed as disgusting. Like, this is her view from other people's perspective because of the situations she's in. Now, what we can gather from both of these people is they both have come to the end of the knowledge of their come to the end of their own knowledge to try to fix their situation. If we look in verse 43, it actually says that it's specifically talking about the woman, but it says a woman in the crowd had suffered for 12 years for constant bleeding, and she could find no cure. That means she went to doctors, she went everywhere she could and could not find any cure. And I'm pretty sure, we all got those moms that's whenever you get sick, they are, maybe not all of us. I know my mom was like, "You get over it," but some people's moms, they're pulling out everything they can to try to fix home remedies, trying to get you to feel better. So I'm sure Jairus in this situation, his wife, maybe him, there's a lot of things going on trying to make sure his daughter is feeling better. Something that we fully need to understand about this whole thing, when we don't know what to do, is we need to understand instead of going to maybe a girlfriend, or maybe going to a boyfriend, or social media, or maybe even a state of mind. Think about this. Instead of going to a state of mind like anxiety or depression or anger or whatever it is, why not try to go to the source of our being? So when I said earlier, the answer to what to do when you don't know what to do is try Jesus, why not go to the source of the one who created, the one whose thoughts are greater than our thoughts, the one whose ways are higher than our ways, the one who perfectly knitted us together? Like, why not go to that? Why? It's like me trying to put together a TV stand, and instead of me going to the manual that I have right in front of me, instead of going to that, I go to something else that don't even matter. I go to some magazine that has nothing to do with the source of making that TV stand. So why is it that we don't go to the source? And our sources always will be Jesus, and that's where we need to go. That's where we need to be whenever we are when we don't know what to do. When we come to the end of our rope, we need to be the ones to go to the feet of Jesus. In Proverbs 3, 5-6, it actually says, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not lean on your own understanding. Seek his will in all you do, and he will show you which path to take. And this scripture is so real, because we all battle with what do I do now? What do I do? And you may be thinking this about school. You may be thinking about maybe your future, what the world's going to look like. What do I do? I don't know what to do, or all these different things. The source is Jesus. Like, he's got us. We got to be able to take this thing day by day. So I got 3 practical steps that I want us to look at. And the first practical step is straight up, open your word. We have got to be a generation that is in our word daily, not just once a week, not just once a month. We have got to be a generation that is in the word daily. And I'm not saying speed read. I'm not saying try to bust out 2 chapters a day or something like that. That's not what I mean. I mean, find that passage or whatever it is. I encourage you to go to John, start in John, and just read slowly. Read the words that are being spoken, that are being said. Really ask questions. And the second point is bring it to Jesus, which means pray about it daily. Guys, we have got to be people we got to be a generation that is about prayer. We got to be in communication with the one who created us. We got to be in communication with the source of our being, the one who knows our heart from the inside out. We have got to be in constant communication with Jesus. And the third point is talk to someone. And when I mean talk to someone, I don't mean just go and talking to your boyfriend or your little friend or whatever. I mean, find somebody like a pastor, a mentor, a spiritual leader, maybe your parent, somebody that's going to help you walk this out. Because when you don't know what to do, that's when everything that comes in, that's when so many different truths that we like to call, instead of the true truth, or all these different things start to come in and try to skew you off of what God is actually showing you, the promises he is giving you. And that's why we have to be generation in the word. We got to be a generation that prays, and we got to spend time with people. The more we press into Jesus, the more these moments of not knowing what to do, they diminish, because we are rooted in the source and the perfecter of our faith. Guys, it is important for us to really genuinely seek out the Lord, especially in this time. Like, even if you're like, everything's good, I feel like everything's good, it's still important for us to genuinely seek the Lord. I was joking with Lyric on the Instagram Live earlier when she said, we do this thing where we kind of just say the same thing or whatever we're thinking, and we say it and it comes out the same thing. That's what happens when you spend that much time with someone. And I want to encourage you, when you spend time with Jesus, when you spend time in the word, you'll begin to speak those things. You'll begin to speak life into your situation. So whenever you don't know what to do, or whenever you're with someone who doesn't know what to do, you can speak life into their situation because you're speaking the word. So yeah, guys, we're going to get ready to hop back and do some discussion. I'm going to pray real quick, and then we'll send it back to the other room. So Lord, we love you. God, thank you so much for this time of your word. Father, I pray that you begin to speak through students, and that questions begin to rise up, and that we begin to have a good discussion on your word tonight, Lord. Father, I pray safety as we go on throughout this week. As we get ready to head into this weekend, Lord, we pray safety. And I pray for vision, Lord, clarity, vision in our lives, Father. We love you, and we pray this in your name. Amen. All right, sending it back to you guys.
All right, guys. Hey, how about that message? That was pretty cool.
Pretty good.
It was nice, and I mean, it was like really, really concise.
Yeah.
Pretty to the point. But
You
there's
guys dropped some fire in that.
there's clearly some substance in that message. I also want to say we're gonna be like asking Felix some questions about what he just spoke on. If you have any questions or comments on it, be sure to throw it in the comments, and we'll ferry it along to Felix.
Yeah.
And make sure he's able to answer them and really like kind of give you some feedback on your thoughts, your general questions, and how to carry that stuff out. Excuse me.
Sorry. Yeah, like Hayden said, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and drop those in the comments, and we will relay them. Is that the word?
Yeah.
Over to Felix.
So,
or you can just drop what jumped out. Gosh, my speech
Yeah.
tonight is just not agreeing with me. But you guys can just drop whatever stood out to you in the comments, just something that you felt
absolutely.
was really good.
Yeah.
Something that he touched on in the end there was how he was talking about whenever you have a relationship with Jesus, it's obvious because you begin to sound like him. And like, I thought that
Right.
was so good because I'm sorry, let me readjust.
You got
here.
it.
I'm like rolling over wires. But from the heart, the mouth speaks. So
Mhm.
if you
Yeah.
are, we can tell what's in your heart from what you're saying, what you're putting out there. So if what you're putting out there is always negative or complaining,
Right.
check who you're spending time with, you know?
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. I think that like that from the abundance of the heart does the mouth speak is very, very important. It tells you a lot about like what people are truly like based on how they interact with other people. Like I know we both work in the public, like dealing with people, and it's always like an absolute like gem to have someone who's like sincere and nice and polite come in, and it really I think it really indicates what like how rare that is to find someone who is a truly nice and giving and generous and whatnot. Like it is a rarity. It's like, I don't know if it's that this time in the world is difficult or generational stuff, but I think throughout a lot of our culture we've just grown away from being genuine people and kind of just like, well, it's all about you, so do your own thing. It's like, yeah, kind of, but there's other people you need to interact with in the world, and to just like spend your day just sour and mad at everyone doesn't really speak a whole lot about your character. But yeah, I think doing this stuff like opening your word, bringing it to Jesus, and finding someone you like, all of that I think can vastly improve your character in general. But let's get into asking some questions. Lyric, do you have any questions about?
You can start if you've got.
Okay, yeah. So you talked about opening your word. So you got me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you talked about opening your word and whatnot. I know it's like I feel like I remember having been there a couple different times, like wanting to get into like reading actively and like really searching things out in the Bible, but it's like it is really kind of a daunting, like very kind of scary thing almost. It shouldn't be, but it is, and there's like a lot of very strange stories and things that you have to interpret. So where would you say is the best place to start reading your Bible?
Okay. Like I said, I think the best place to start would definitely be the Gospels. Like definitely just hearing that message, hearing that story of Jesus.
Yeah.
And I think I've always been encouraged with John. And I think that may be the best starting point, because you really get because the way John just shares the message and the story of Jesus is super it's very in depth, and it's like
Personal?
Yeah, very personal, and that was his character, you know. So I think that's probably a good start. And then of course any of the letters are also really good, because I feel like those letters really I'm like, oh, my bad, I'm looking all over the place, but I feel like those letters they kind of really I don't know. They almost are super relatable to things going on now.
Right.
And
Well,
and they were written specifically for certain things that were happening in the church in that church at that time. So I go with John.
That's what I was about to say. Is that like these were problems that were clearly like cropping up in the church, and I think that like that definitely shows like, hey, these are relatable kind of problems, and so if this happens, and he talks to Paul talks to Timothy about being a young leader, and I think that's awesome. I know Brady teaches I think several of the of our students at LCA a leadership class, and I think that's like if you're looking for substance on that, like it's First and Second Timothy that he just expounds a lot on like what it is to be a young leader. But no, I think that's awesome. But even you, I think you had mentioned Proverbs. Yeah, you. I don't know. It's difficult to like. I think I like dip in and out of reading my Bible, which is not the way. But clearly,
yeah.
But a couple times I've been told that like reading Proverbs, you can. There's I think isn't there 31 chapters or 30 chapters? So like you can read one a day for a month, and like, I mean, each of them. None of them like tell a huge story, but like
it's all just wisdom.
It's bits of wisdom from is it Solomon?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So from King Solomon, who was like one of the wisest people in history, not just like biblical history. It's like understood that King Solomon was like a very wise person around. Like, but yeah, I think that's awesome. Do you have a question?
Yeah, I did. So I know like your whole message was listing like practical ways to get started in that. But what are some practical ways to like make that a habit? Because I know like I didn't write down the steps. But open your word, bring it to Jesus, and then also find someone. But what are some ways to like start getting in the habit of that? Because whenever you're not used to it, it's not like your first thought to read the word. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, and that's simple. I mean, I feel like the most. Say what?
Just kidding. It's just me.
Oh, her headphones was out. I think probably the best way practically, because most of us have phones, is setting those reminders. Like Pastor Brady actually preached on this Sunday. Like you can literally set a reminder for anything. You can say, "Hey Siri," every. I knew she was gonna do it. But you could literally say that. You could say, "Hey," and then I set an alarm every day for 6:30, and all I did was tell her to do that. Mm-hmm. And same thing, like I set an alarm every day, every evening on Wednesday, because y'all don't know this, but actually before COVID hit, before service, I tried to take at least a 30-minute to an hour, like not nap, but just kind of like a break from the world.
That's a nap.
And if it ended up turning into a nap, it ended up turning to nap. But you can set a reminder for anything. So I think that's probably a practical step to help you get started. And once that thing goes off, you drop what you're doing. So that means you may have to drop Fortnite. You may have to drop that fork.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
While you putting that food in your mouth. While you eating cereal at 3 in the afternoon. You might have to drop that, whatever you're doing, and actually get into the word. It's gotta be a discipline. We can't just be just super flippant or super just lackadaisical about this, guys, like about the word. Like this word has power to change your life.
Yeah.
And if we genuinely want that relationship and are seeking the things of God and living and walking on the promises of God, then we got to make the effort. If we make an effort to do everything else, to get all dressed up, whatever, to take an Instagram picture.
Yeah.
Make a TikTok.
Yeah, make a TikTok. Or like whatever it is, like if you got to go through, if you hardwiring a circuit, this is for my boy Breaking, but I know he ain't watching. But if you hardwiring a circuit board, but can't,
he's getting into like circuit boards and stuff.
I'm gonna tell y'all after I
That's
finish.
cool.
But like, if you getting into all this stuff but can't pick up the word, like, do you really? are you really wanting to go after the things of God? But yeah, I mentioned the circuit board thing because one day at volleyball, I was with some of the Kidmo kids, and Brecken was there, and Bentley was there too. But I was like, hey guys, like CC's has a stage in their game room. Y'all want to make a band and like go perform at CC's? And all of them were like, yeah, I could play guitar, I could play drums, I could sing. And then Brecken walks up and he's like, I could hardwire a circuit board. And I was like, that's cool. We'll find a place for you. Like,
y'all are just going hard on
jamming and stuff, and he's just up there just like
we're gonna play some Metallica for y'all. And then Brecken's just got his little soldering iron out, and he's just like beep beep beep.
I'm like, bro, but for real though,
I
like,
don't think they beep and boop, but
I think the most practical, like, best way to help set those reminders is to, I mean, use your phone. Yeah. You got that, and then just if you have paper and tape, you can put reminders in your bathroom on the mirror, like when you wake up in the morning, or put like every night before you go to bed. What if you put it, instead of making a reminder, just put a piece of paper on your phone and say, like, don't get on this until you get into your word type thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's a good start. So those are some practical things. And I mean, you can get creative with it. I mean, y'all, this generation is super creative. I know I don't have to tell you how to do anything. That's one of the things I appreciate about this generation, their creativity. Yeah. But yeah.
So let's see. So you also talked about in the proverb scripture, like, seek his will in all you do. So like that's it's understandable. Like I have an idea of like what that would mean, but like it also seems like a really wide kind of commission, like something very open to tell somebody. So like when you think of seeking his will in all you do, what kind of people or stories or whatever like come up? They like not necessarily Bible stories, but just like what kind of examples have you seen of like people who have absolutely sought the will of God in all they do?
Yeah, that's a good question. I used to have a friend in Texas who literally anytime we would go anywhere, when we were at camp, we were in the middle of nowhere, so we'd have random days when we'd be off and we go into town, and every time we go out into town, like, he would be looking for people to like bless, whether he could physically see that they were in need of something, or if he was just felt the spirit telling him to go to somebody. But he would always be looking to bless somebody. And we were just going into town to go buy some chacos or buy some shoes or something, or get something to eat. But he was like wanting to do that, but also he had another agenda that he was going after. And that's just a reminder of like one of our values is victory is living on mission.
Yeah.
Like, how often do we leave our house, or probably not much now because but how often did we leave our house or go places and be thinking about the people that are around us and the things that are around us rather than what we are leaving the house for, because I don't know if you guys know this, but as followers of Christ, our purpose is to love people and show them the love of Christ through our actions and everything. So if we are just walking about our lives and living our lives in Walmart, acting all kinds of crazy, being upset, being frustrated with people, are we really being a representation or being a reflection of who Christ is? Yeah. So like, it's just that's such a good question, because it's like it's an encouragement for whenever I leave the house, whenever I go somewhere, I want to be the best representative of Christ that I can, because I know how I get. Like, whenever you guys start driving, you will understand where I'm coming from. When you see people that can't drive, or they just, like, literally, when people that can't drive, and you can't, like, go off on them or give them half a peace sign or anything like that, because
half a peace sign.
Because you don't know if you're going to see them on church. You don't know if you're going to see them at church Sunday, and then they're going to be like, oh, so you go, so they'll jack up everything. So that's why it's important for us to be a representative of Christ everywhere we go and just be looking for those opportunities. Yeah.
So this dude, like, he would, like, willfully, like, make it his mission to find and bless people. Like when you say bless people, like, what do you mean? Like pray for people?
Yeah,
Or,
it was either prayer
Mhm.
or it was like, I'm gonna buy this dude some food or
That's awesome.
something like that. And I'm like, bro, like at this time when I was at camp, like it was like college, so we was putting a lot of money out, but wasn't necessarily getting money
Yeah.
coming in.
Yeah.
So like, bro, where you getting this money coming from, and who
feel
your
you, bro.
parents? And they need to be sending stuff to my bank account.
Who your
I had $54 in my bank account for a whole year.
Right.
And I'm like, it's like I gotta get soap and shampoo and
That's just
I'm
over
like-
$1 a week.
know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I can't. Like I couldn't buy nothing. They'd be like, "Hey man, we going down to the camp store to get a frappuccino." I'd be like, "Man, that's nice."
With whose
Please
money?
enjoy.
Like I can't do it. Like somebody gonna have to cover me because I can't. Like
Could I catch the little last sip?
Yeah,
You mind if I catch what's in the straw?
yo, like yeah, you gonna finish that, man? Nah, man, I don't do that.
But, sorry, I didn't mean to cut y'all off.
You good?
But like you kept saying, you can't go out now, obviously. But that expression that's like, if you
Mhm.
put it there when you don't need it, it'll be there when you do.
Oh,
Yeah.
So you can be using this time, even though you're not going out and seeing people on a regular basis.
Right.
You can be preparing your heart for whenever you do see people, and
Yeah.
then using every opportunity that you can to bless people in whatever way that you've
Yeah.
been
Yeah.
prepping for. So it's like, you might not be seeing people now, but one day you are going to step out into the world again and encounter people, and you want your heart to be in the right place whenever that time does come. Especially since you're probably falling out of what it's like to speak to people now.
Yeah, you probably don't know how to speak.
You don't want to be talking to them all crazy, so you need to be
Right.
prepping your heart for, because I'm sure you guys have forgotten how crazy some people can be. So you really need to be prepping your heart for
Yes.
whenever you do start encountering them again.
For sure.
Yeah.
So like another thing is that like these two people, Jairus and the woman with the issue of blood, like you said, like they had kind of like been left with nothing,
Mhm.
kind of like
Mhm.
like at the end of their rope, like nothing else to try.
Yeah.
Like how do you think you you combat that, like get it so that you don't have to be left with nothing, like but like what's the step before that, and how
Yeah.
do you like cut it off at the pass before you're like literally
Yeah, at a
like
point where
left holding the
desperate.
bag,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
really desperate for something.
Yeah, and that's something I wanted to mention that like so Jairus and this woman with the issue of blood, like considering their situations, they were both on very different ends of the social scale.
Yeah.
So Jairus was pretty up there, and this woman was pretty low because of her situation. She was very lowly. So
Yeah.
to put in perspective, like regardless, like this is something we all need to understand. Regardless of what because this dude is a church leader. Regardless of what your life, your walk, all these different things look like, it all needs to point back to Jesus. Like he is
Yeah.
the source of it all. That's something that I thought was cool. But to answer your question, I think it's exactly what I said at the end is we have got to, if we are taking time to be in his word and be people of prayer, like right now when maybe nothing is going on, or
Yeah.
you know, you're just living life or whatever, like when we build that relationship with the Holy Spirit and all that stuff, like you automatically know where your source is before
Yeah.
things start happening. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
good.
So when things do come up,
Right.
you know where to go automatic. Like, cause I that's something I have to catch myself with. Like even with good things too, like with blessings, like maybe I'll get a random check or something in the mail or
Sure.
$20, and you know I'll be like, what? I got $20, but like I know that my first thought is it should be like, thank you Jesus, like
Yeah.
thank you God that for this blessing, like you
Right.
know, it's those little things like that. And so then when situations even get hard, your first thought is automatically
Yeah. that's
Jesus,
good.
you are still good. You are still God. You are still on the throne. Like that should be our
Yeah.
like when we're walking in relationship and closeness with him, that would be what our response is, I believe, for that. So I don't think it would even get to a harder point, which I'm not saying a relationship and walking with Jesus isn't gonna be tough. Like you're still gonna walk through tough situations.
Absolutely, yeah.
But the fact that you know that your source and who you are and all your answers is right there, that just makes it so much sweeter. That's why I mean,
Yeah.
Jesus
that's
is
good.
so good in that way. You know,
Absolutely, yeah. So I actually like I don't know. You can't see the chat, can you? So
I can see a little bit, but
okay. So Mallory said she's been studying Ezekiel 2 and 3.
Ezekiel?
Right now. Ezekiel.
girl,
She's deep in the Old Testament.
girl.
She says she's going slowly. That's probably for the best. If you're gonna get anything from it,
that's
go
what's up.
for it. But
I applaud you.
More
Mallory,
power
for
to
that.
her.
Mallory. You a thug. You a real one.
But yeah, so I just want to shout Mallory out. But as for that,
Mal.
oh Mal. As for that, I think that's all
Yeah, I'm
all
done
we
with
got.
questions.
So we got.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, cool. That's what's up. That's
Yeah.
what it is when it ain't. Hey, so quick announcement. You could put it on me. Yeah, I'm on the screen. What it is. So quick announcement. So we are in the works of getting back to being face to face. So y'all stay posted on our Instagram. If your parents are following us on Facebook, stay posted. We will let you know what our plans are. Junior High weekend this weekend. Make sure you come be present.
Oh yeah.
Pay you $25 though, or otherwise you just gonna be watching from
Afar.
the parking lot.
Right.
What's that one song?
I
Sad one. I don't know.
The seven.
Yeah,
It's
that,
very specific.
Everybody heard.
That's
No,
pretty
it's
much
like-
it. Yeah.
no,
guess.
I'm picturing like black and white and rain, and then a kid standing in the parking lot looking at all the kids having fun. What song is playing?
What's
I can't
Can
think
you stand the
of. Oh,
rain?
hello, darkness, my old
Oh,
friend.
I ain't listen to her singing. She sounds good, huh? Somebody give her a
Connor? What's up, bruh?
wait. Just
Connor's
wanted to
in the
say
chat.
hi before you go. Hey, Connor, you
Fine.
better be at the weekend or we're
Yeah.
gonna be fighting.
Yeah, I've seen
This
a
weekend,
lot
not
of.
the
That's what I'm
event.
saying. Hey, we got a water slide coming. I want to see how fast you can swim.
Right.
on the water side.
Is it a water slide or like a slip and slide?
It's a water slide. I
Okay.
said, give us the biggest water slide you got, and he was like, all right, man. I don't know if it's
I
that
just
big,
got-
but y'all probably gonna look at it and be like, that's it. What'd you say?
I said, I shut.
What?
I shut. That's what my mouth did. I was trying to form words and nothing came out.
I'm
Right.
very lost.
Yeah, her words got so bad this weekend she ended up almost cussing.
Girl.
Not intentional.
Nah, I'm playing.
But no.
But yeah, we got you. It was funny because all of them was like, but this weekend we got junior high weekend. Make sure y'all present for that.
Mallory.
But yeah, like I said, stay tuned because for sure, I don't want to say for sure. Next week we will try to be in person, but it won't be in the way you think. So don't get your hopes up in that way, but get your hopes up,
Intrigue.
get your head up, let your faith arise.
Nice.
Y'all know name that song. Go.
Name that tune.
Get your hopes up. Keep your head up. Let your faith arise. All that said, let's go ahead and get ready to wrap this thing up. Love you guys. We'll catch y'all.
It's been
when we
real.
See y'all.
See you next time.
It's
Peace
been real.
out.
Or actually, we won't. See you in person.
Don't forget
Maybe,
to like,
potentially.
comment, and subscribe, huh? We're YouTubers now. We
Smash
say
that like button.
Smash that like button.
She's still.
Anyways, see you later.
She just got the camera still over.